Democrats are fearing the president's anticipated call for more stimulus. Pollster Frank Luntz says they should be. So, you don't think it'll work in the polls with the voters if the president comes on strong for more spending? Won't work?
Well, I enjoyed your previous interview. In the work that I've done nationwide in polling, the #1 priority for the American people is to stop wasteful Washington spending. More than tax relief, more than health care, more than cap and trade, and Americans oppose these things. They oppose wasteful Washington spending more than anything else. It's what makes them so angry at Washington, D.C., why so many of them want to vote for someone new to give the chance to do a better job, why incumbents are getting defeated right now. It is priority #1 to the public.
Well, this goes back to what I was suggesting there with Mr. DeLay just a moment ago, and you were listening to this. I was saying, look, this amounts to a massive swing in the public mood from where it was 18 months ago. You're confirming that. You're saying that there has been, indeed, such a switch away from the whole idea of government spending and stimulus, completely away from it.
It's completely away. And the amazing thing, by the way, the #1 vote that the American people hate more than anything else is the bailout vote. And one of the issues that the Democrats face now is that a majority in the House voted for the bailouts of the big banks and Wall Street, and a majority of Republicans voted against it. So it's bailouts, it's stimulus, it's all of that wrapped into a frustration. And to see the Democrats attempt to get on that side with Obama clearly still wanting to spend, Stuart, I don't think it's going to work.
Frank, there's one thing that I always enjoy watching when you're on, and that is when you run an ad and you critique it. I think you got an ad, first off, from Ohio. Is that correct? Take me through it.
That is correct. It is an ad that has been running against Governor Strickland. It is one of the most effective negative ads because it focuses on the issue that the American people care about the most, unemployment. Now, these are actors, and yet they say the words that Americans are thinking is one of the most effective negative ads. The red line represents Republicans. The green line represents Democrats. The higher the lines climb, the more favorable the reaction.
Let's roll it,
Let's
Frank.
take a look.
Go.
1,250 jobs. Gone.
NCR?
Yeah. Strickland couldn't hold on to him. Moved to Georgia.
Fishbein and Novellis moved jobs there, too.
We lost 400,000 jobs under Strickland.
It's got to be a world record. Strickland doesn't get the jobs done.
Wonder when ours go.
Ooh, ouch. I saw both lines going up there. That's not good, is it?
It doesn't happen because that most negative ads don't do well. The public rejects them. In this case, I wonder when ours go. That last sentence is what made it so powerful because that's what Americans are thinking. That phone ringing in the back room, it's perfection. Now, we've got another ad to show you that also does incredibly well. Rick Scott, the Republican nominee for governor in Florida, ran a similar let's get the job done ad. This one's also fantastic. Let's look.
The signs of tough times. Unemployment. Real estate collapse. Nearly half of Floridians underwater on their mortgages. So how will the politicians solve the problem? They won't. They can't. I come from the business world. I'm running for governor to turn Florida around. Let's rein in state government with accountability budgeting and create jobs by lowering taxes. The politicians can't turn Florida around, but you and I can. I'm Rick Scott. Let's get to work.
That seems to be a plus for Mr. Scott.
Yes, and it's that last phrase, let's get to work, accountability and budgeting. These are words that work. This is language that the American people want to hear. They haven't heard it for the last 2 years. It's one of the reasons why most polls show that the Republicans will capture a majority in the House of Representatives and are even within striking distance of the United States Senate.
Larry Sabato made big news this past week when he said that the Republicans would change over and get 47 seats in the House. Would you agree with that rough number, roughly, real fast?
I've learned never to disagree with him. He's always been an accurate prognosticator in the past. What you now have is virtually every objective, nonpartisan person saying that if the things hold as they will, Nancy Pelosi will lose her speakership and the Republicans will end up in the majority.
Frank Luntz, always a pleasure. Thanks for being with us this Saturday morning. Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
From the fight over spending to the fight over